community, and I usually say this in the beginning, but the hometown of NASCAR moonshine. So that really paints a picture of why really it should probably be more supportive of recovery, but we're still hitting some barriers and problems. But yeah, so we suffered, the first time we really were battled with this was when we started to open the transitional housing, and we did have to go before a zoning board. Y'all, I was an individual in recovery that was relatively smart, but had never heard anything about zoning, didn't know who worked in the planning department. Like, that was a whole new world for me. And so navigating that taught me a lot. That we too sat in a town hall meeting where a lot of people showed up. One of the top concerns was it decreasing their property value, crime rates increasing, a lot of it based in fear. And we sometimes you kind of have to show individuals, kind of like with the transitional housing, the same person who spoke the loudest at the zoning meeting ended up now, years later, every year buys the residents Christmas presents and has apologized 100 times for what she had stood up and said at the zoning meeting. You know, she said, I was fearful, I didn't understand then. And she just had to be shown what that looked like. You know, you can't, it's hard to explain to someone who's never experienced or had transitional housing around them. Most of the time, the residents in the transitional housing are the best renters there are, or people that are in programs. We had 4 houses down, a situation where someone was actively using, you know, manufacturing chaos at that house all the time. You know, and those were private renters, and these people have supervision. They're here because they want to be here. They are here because they're wanting to get well. And so a lot of it's storytelling, telling my story, telling the story of others that have come through the program. And then a lot of it is education. You know, data matters. We have to collect data, but those stories are a lot more impactful. And so, yeah, that was the conversation we were having in the back about kind of the current landscape of what we're dealing with the treatment services.